everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to create AWeber subscriber on Paperform submission. So I am an owner of a business and using Paperform, I have created a form with the help of which I am collecting my leads data. Here what I want is that as soon as one of the potential customers or clients, a new form submission is going to be done using Paperform, I want to add that lead a subscriber in my AWeber account. As with the help of AWeber, I use it as an email marketing tool in my business. So doing this manually, creating these subscribers manually after the new form submission is going to be done is going to be very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build a connection between Paperform and AWeber with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen.
In this video, we're going to learn how to create AWeber subscriber on Paperform submission. So as an owner of a digital marketing agency, I use Paperform to capture my clients' inquiries and leads through customizable forms embedded on my website. And I use AWeber to manage my email campaigns, sending targeted updates, promotional offers, and marketing tips to nurture my leads and retain clients. The problem that I face is manually transferring my lead information from Paperforms into my AWeber application. This was not only time consuming but prone to errors. So the solution to this problem is automation. With the help of this automation between these two applications, now whenever by any of the leads a form submission is going to be done using Paperforms, automatically that lead is going to be created as subscriber in my AWeber account. Now for creating this automation between these two applications, I am going to use Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Create AWeber subscriber on Paperform submission. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, it's asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select Paperform Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create AWeber subscriber on Paperform submissions, and there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two principles. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Paperform. Paperform is an easy-to-use online tool that helps us to create beautiful and customizable forms, surveys, landing pages, or even complete websites without any technical skills. It's having a digital assistant that collects your information, payments, or registrations from people through interactive forms. And I have created a form using Paperform with the help of which I am collecting my leads data. So here what I want is that as soon as a new form submission is going to be done using Paperform, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response of that. That is for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as Paperform. And then for my trigger event, I'm going to select it as new form submission. As with the help of this trigger event, whenever a new form submission is going to be done by the lead using Paperform, automatically in the similar manner, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. After selecting the trigger application and the event to build a connection between Paperform and Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we're going to build a connection between Paperform and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to firstly copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, I'm going to open my Paperform account. So this is the dashboard of my Paperform account. You can see right over here. Now what I want is, I want to connect this form to Pabbly Connect. For that, I'm going to click on this edit button right here. As I'm going to click on this edit button right here, you can see this is the form that I've created. Now I want to connect this form to Pabbly Connect. For that, from the panel right over here, go to After Submissions button. As you're going to go to After Submissions button, from the drop down, it says Integrations and Webhooks. Select this option right here. If I'm going to further scroll down, you can see it says Webhooks. I'm going to click on it. It says Add Webhook right here. I'm going to click on this Add Webhook button. It is asking for the webhook URL. So for the webhook URL, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. And for the trigger, I'm going to select as New Submission. As whenever a new submission is going to be done using the form that I've created using Paperform, automatically towards this URL, the response is going to be forwarded. Okay, then I'm going to click on this Create button right here. The webhook URL is successfully added. As the URL has now been successfully added, I'm going to open my workflow and scroll down. You can see it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether Paperform is connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is, I am going to do a test submission using the form that I've created using Paperform. And after doing the test submission, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test submission being done or not. For doing the test submission, I'm going to click on the share button right here. This is the URL of this form. I'm going to copy this URL from here and I'm going to open this URL in a new tab right over here. As I've done that, this is the form that I've created using Paperform, with the help of which I'm going to collect my leads data. It is asking for my leads information. I'm going to fill in the details. For the first name over here, I'm going to write it as test. For the last name over here, I'm going to write it as dummy01. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as testdummy01@pabblytudes.com. And for the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. It is asking for the service interested in. I'm going to select it as SEO and then I'm going to click on this submit button. As I've done that, it says, thanks, we have received your submission. This means now the test submission has now been done. As now the test submission has been done successfully, now I'm going to open my workflow and scroll down. And yes, you can see right over here, Pabbly Connect has captured the response of this submission. Over here, we received the submission ID. You can see right here. If I'm going to further scroll down and tally the response, for the service interested in comes as SEO services. You can see right here. For the phone number, this is dummy mobile number. For the email comes as testdummy01@pabblytudes.com with the last name as dummy, with the first name as test. You can see right here. As the response has been successfully captured over here in my trigger, this means that Paperforms has now been connected to Pabbly Connect and a trigger setup is done. Now, whenever by the lead a form submission is going to be done using Paperform, automatically in the similar manner, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that in my trigger. Now, as the trigger setup is done, we need to set up our action step. Here, my objective is that as soon as the new form submission is going to be done by the lead using Paperform, automatically I want to add that lead as subscriber in my AWeber account. So what I'm going to do is, for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as AWeber. AWeber is an email marketing tool that helps businesses and individuals to build and maintain strong relationships with their audience. It allows us to create and send professional-looking emails like newsletters, promotions, or updates to our subscribers. And I use AWeber to manage the data of all my subscribers and send them promotional emails. So here what I want is, I want to add the lead as subscriber in my AWeber account. For that, I'm going to select my action application as AWeber. And for the action event, I'm going to select as add or update subscriber. And then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection. After that, I'm going to click on this connect with AWeber button right here. A window is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a permission. So I'm going to click on this allow access button. As this say present, my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this allow access button right here. As I've done that, you can see successfully authorized AWeber to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it is asking for the account ID. You have to select the account ID of your account that you have created in your AWeber. So I'm going to select the account ID right here. After that, it is asking for the list ID. I have created a single list in the name of subscribers list right here. You can see. So with the list over here, I'm going to select it as subscribers list from the drop down. Okay. After that, it is asking for the full name, email, and all the other details of the subscriber that we're going to create in our AWeber account. So for the data of these fields, what we're going to do is we're going to map the data. You might think, what is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How mapping actually works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous step that you can see, that is Paperform new submission. You can see right over here. Okay. And as I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. And what is this response? This response is the form submission response of our lead. In this response, we've received the data of our lead that I want to create a that I want to create as subscriber in my AWeber account. So for the data of these fields, we are going to insert the data from this response right here. It is asking for the full name. We have received the data of the full name. You can see right over here. This is the first name space the last name. I'm going to select the data from the previous response. As I selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Similarly, for the email, I'm going to map the data of the email of my customer. You can see right here, okay? After that, it is asking for the update existing. So now let's suppose this lead who have done the form submission using Paperform is already an existing subscriber in my AWeber account. So now do you want to update that existing one? So I'm going to select as yes because I want to update the existing one, okay? After that, it is asked for the tags, ad tracking, and all the other details, which I do not require, so I'm going to skip the part. For the miscellaneous note over here, I'm going to enter the service interested in data right here. So I'm going to enter it. And over here, before this, I'm going to write it as... So I've written the miscellaneous note as service interested in, then I map the data of the service interested in right here, okay? After that, it is asking for the mobile number. So for the mobile number, I've received the data of the mobile number, so I'm going to map the data of that. And for the city, I do not have the data of the city, so I'm going to skip the part. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the Save and Send Test Request button. As I've done that, you can see right over here, we received a response, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my AWeber account. This is my AWeber account subscribers page. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I've refreshed the page, you can see right over here, new subscriber has been added in my AWeber account. I'm going to open the subscriber from here. You can see the name of the subscriber is testdummy01 with the email as testdummy01@pabblytools.com. Okay. Over here, we received this mobile number, and for the additional note comes as service interested in as SEO services. As the subscriber has been added in my AWeber account, this means that we will create an automation between Paperforms and AWeber with the help of Pabbly Connect. But now for all of you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another test form submission with the help of Paperform. And after doing the submission, I'm going to check whether a new subscriber has been created in my AWeber account or not. Okay, for that, I'm going to do the test submission. This is the link. I'm going to copy this link from here and open it right over here. So this is the form that I've created using Paperform, with the help of which I'm going to collect my leads details. Over here, it is asking for all these details. So I'm going to fill in the required details right here. As you can see, I filled in all the required details. First name as demo, last name as account, email as demoaccount56@pabblytools.com with the W mobile number and the service interested in as social media management. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the submit button right here. As I've done that, it says submission successful. As now the submission has been successfully done using Paperform, I'm going to open my AWeber account. This is my AWeber account subscribers page. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I've refreshed the page, you can see right over here, a subscriber has been created in my AWeber account in the name of demo account. Email as demoaccount56@pabblytools.com with the dummy mobile number. And for the additional notes, it says service interested in social media management. As the subscriber has now been successfully created in my AWeber account from Paperform submission, this means that we successfully created an automation between Paperform and AWeber with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum till now what we have done, I am an owner of a digital marketing agency, and using Paperforms, I collect my leads details. Over here for my trigger, I've selected as Paperform and new form submission, as whenever a new form submission is going to be done by the lead, automatically in the trigger, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. After that, I've set up my action step. Over here for the action application, I've selected as AWeber and action event as add or update subscriber, as whenever the form submission is going to be done by the lead using Paperform, automatically it is going to be added as subscriber in my AWeber account. And for that, I built this connection between these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.